Alright guys, so I'm bringing Louie in here to help me out with a few videos, and we're going to start building our submission series from crossbody. So the first one I want to take is the Americana from the cross side. We've taken it from the mounted position in the foundations playlist, but now I want to set it up from the crossbody. So let's say I've already established my crossbody, I've used my different control methods, he's a little fatigued now, I have the head controlled and I have an underhook. If he starts bringing this around, which is going to be fairly common, they want to bring it around your face and they want to frame up on you and start making some space to escape. So I'm going to be watching this, all right? As this starts to come around, I'm going to follow it with my head and actually pin it to the floor with my head. I'm going to come around, get my Americana grip, keep it nice and tight. Now, once I have an Americana grip, a little extra detail that I like to do is I like to turn both of my wrists up. So I'm going to do this, like I'm letting off the throttle on a motorcycle. So I'm going to turn my wrist up. Now I'm going to paint the floor just like we did in the foundations program. Bringing his elbow to his hip, leaving the back of his palm on the floor and painting a nice line down the floor. So here we are, standard side control, whatever methods I use to get here, whatever methods I use to control it. I see this arm starts to move, so I dive my head onto his wrist. Lock up my Kimura grip, let off the throttle, right? Flare the wrist, bridge them a little bit, and now paint the floor. And he's going to tap. With that throttle, you can see I don't have to go as far. That throttle, letting off the throttle, really tightens up that Americana, and I don't have to go as far. The added bonus here with the head is sometimes what will happen is, I've seen guys do this as this is coming around, they just snap the Americana out of the air, right? And then what happens is he comes over with the near side arm and grabs his own hand and he starts to push and get away, right? But with that, by using my head to trap it and block it, go ahead, Lou, start to move that there. Right? By using my head, he can't come over with this hand and push his arm free. It's just been buried. All right, so that's the first way I like to set that up. If they bring that arm over on their own, great. Now let's take a guy who's not bringing that arm over on his own. He's content to leave it there. So I'm going to give him a little bit of bait in order to coax that arm out. I'm going to cup his shoulder. I'm going to come to the near side elbow, and we're going to switch it to the scarf hold. And now what I do is I just leave my head up just a little bit. So I'm not way up here. I'm not way down here. I'm giving him some bait. So I'm leaving just enough space for him to bring that arm over and look to start maybe pushing on my throat and escape. All right? So as this comes over, as this bait comes over, I grab his wrist. Full thumb grab. Now, I don't want to push it to the floor because that's strength on strength. I want to lever it to the floor by switching my hips back to standard cross body. Now, same thing, flare and paint the line. So we're here in standard cross body. He's not giving me the arm, so I'm going to give him a little bit of bait. Cup the shoulder, near side elbow, switch to scarf, and I leave my head up just a little bit. I grab it, full wrist grab. Now if we're fighting here, the stronger guy's going to win. So instead of fighting, I'm going to switch my hips back to standard cross-body control. Flare the wrists, right? Let off the throttle, and finish the Americana. Okay? So two great ways to finish that Americana. Set it up and finish it. Practice both. You're going to need both depending on the different partners you're rolling with.